Can I come in?
I'd rather that you didn't.
Why?
There's nothing left to be said.
Well, I have something left to say. And you're damn well going to listen to it. I just had a very fascinating conversation with my brother.
Oh, what about?
Your marriage.
What did he say?
He implied that you two haven't been very intimate, from what I gather, in quite some time.
Well, I'll have to thank him for sharing that with you.
No, he didn't share it. I'm drawing my own conclusions. I'd just like to know, are they accurate?
It's none of your business.
Well, I'm making it my business, Caroline. This is my brother. I love him very much. Look, I was under the impression you were making an attempt to pull this marriage together.
I never said that.
You never said you wouldn't.
What I do with my marriage has nothing to do with you, and I have said that to you on a number of occasions.
Why are you doing this? What do you have against him?
I don't have anything against him, Ridge.
Then stop being a child and start working on a marriage that once meant a hell of a lot to you.
Oh, how do you know what it meant to me?
I know it meant a lot more to you than I did.
Oh, you do?
Caroline, we had our chance. Look, if you had loved me, why didn't you tell me that before you married Thorne? I'll tell you why you didn't. Because you didn't love me. You saw something in Thorne that you knew I couldn't give you. Stability, a family, and one hell of a lot of sensitivity. That's why you married him. That's why you love him. And that's why you didn't even bother to answer a letter that I wrote to you before you got married. A letter that expressed how much I love you.
You better leave, Ridge.
No, I'm not leaving. Not until I get through to you. You had every opportunity to respond to that letter. You had it for at least a week. My God, Caroline, if you loved me, that would have been the time to tell me. But you didn't.
You better leave.
Just answer me one question, will you? Whatever happened to the Caroline I used to know? The Caroline who used to have strength and conviction and some fiber and backbone, and who would have at least had the decency to acknowledge that I'd written you a letter. Even if it was just to tell me you didn't feel the same way I did. But no, you ignored it. And then you married Thorne, and now you're screaming divorce. What the hell's going on with you, Caroline? What is it?
I never got your letter, Ridge. I never got your letter when you sent it to me.
You never received the letter I sent you?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
But you did say it. Is it true?
No.
No, of course it isn't. You told me the morning of the wedding that you read it, so of course you received it.
Yes, you're absolutely right, I did.
Then why'd you just now say this?
I made a mistake.
I don't think so, Caroline. There's a lot more here that you're not telling me.
Why are you doing this?
Why am I doing what?
Ridge, just go home and get ready for your wedding tomorrow.
Why did you wait, Caroline?
Wait for what?
To read the letter. You had it for over a week. The morning of the wedding, that's when you read it? Why?
What difference does it make?
It might make one hell of a lot of difference. Now, damn it, I want to know why.
I don't know what to tell you, Ridge.
Why don't you start with the truth? Why did you wait until your wedding day to read that letter I sent you?
I don't know why.
Oh, come on, Caroline, you had to have had a reason.
Yes, I'm sure that I did have a reason at the time, but I don't...
You've forgotten it.
Yes, I've forgotten it.
No, you didn't. You're lying to me. Why? What are you hiding? I swear to you, Caroline, we are not leaving this room until you tell me everything about that letter.
I have nothing to say about the letter, Ridge.
You said you didn't get it, and then you said you did. What's that all about?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter!
Ridge, come on, please.
Look, I have a very strong feeling about this. That it's the reason you and Thorne haven't pulled things together. It's true, isn't it? The marriage, all these problems, it's because of this damn letter.
You're making much too much of this.
Then damn it, just tell me what you're hiding.
No! I don't want to disrupt your life, Bridge. If you want Brooke, and obviously that's who you want, then just marry her, but leave me alone!
I intend to. First, I'll tell you what else I'm gonna do. I'm calling Katie Logan. She's the one I originally gave the letter to give to you.
Don't do that, Ridge.
Why, because I'll find something out?
For God's sakes, just leave it alone.
No, Caroline, I can't do that. I put my soul into that letter. I don't do that lightly. I'm going to get some answers.
Wait a minute, Ridge. Don't go to Katie. It wasn't her fault.
What wasn't her fault?
The fact that your letter wasn't shown to me until the morning of my wedding.
How can that be? I gave it to Katie at least a week before.
I know. She put it on my pillow. And if you must know, Brooke saw the letter there, and she took the letter, Ridge. She kept it from me.
Brooke took that letter I wrote you? She took it off your pillow? That's what you said?
She did eventually show it to me.
The morning of your wedding?
Yes.
But it wasn't hers to take in the first place.
No, it wasn't.
Why? Did she think it was hers? Of course she wouldn't. It had your name on it. Did she read it?
Ridge.
Did she read it?
Yes.
And she kept it from you. Hoping to accomplish what?
I think you know the answer to that question. Love has driven us all to do stranger things than that.
I should have been told about this.
You just were.
But you did read it. You read it the morning of your wedding.
A couple of hours before.
I have to go.
Wait, Ridge? I remember something that you said to me. I've never forgotten. It was on the night that our wedding fell through. You said to me, Caroline, the only thing that matters is love. Those were your exact words. So simple, and yet so true. So before you go off and do something really rash, I think it's important that you remember those words, your words. Because, Ridge, all that really matters is love. Well, I guess I've told you about all there is to tell.
What do I say to you?
There's nothing that you can say to me. There's really nothing that you can say to anyone. Not about this. It's happened such a long time ago.
It never should have happened.
No, it shouldn't have. But it did.
Caroline, I never would have told you how much I loved you the morning you were about to be married. It's unbelievable to me that any of this happened.
It isn't to me. Ridge, when I was, staying at the, Logan's, I was, sharing a room with Brooke and Katie. And when Katie put the letter on my pillow, I mean, it was unavoidable that Brooke would see it.
But to take it? Why didn't you tell me about this, Caroline? Why didn't you tell me that Brooke had done this? All those months, you've known about this. That Brooke, the woman I was in love with, had taken a deeply personal letter written by me to you and kept it. Why didn't you ever tell me about this?
I guess part of it had to do with Thorne.
Thorne?
Yes. I was so determined to make that marriage work. Showing you the letter, telling you about it, it seemed irrelevant and certainly inappropriate.
Is that the only reason? Your marriage?
No.
What else?
Brooke. She asked me not to tell you.
I see.
Ridge, she was afraid of how you might react if you knew what she'd done. In all fairness to her, she did apologize to me more than once.
Did you accept her apology?
How could I? Reg, what I'm about to say is probably very self-serving. But I have to say it because it's true. Things might have been very different for you and me if I had just read your letter when you sent it. By the time that I got it, it was like an hour or so before my wedding, before I was to be Thorne's bride. Couldn't leave another Forrester standing at the altar.
What might have been?
But we're living in what is, not what might have been.
Yeah.
And if we don't hurry up, we're gonna be late to a wedding rehearsal. If we don't leave very soon.